have a couple questions for you all. So if each one of you could first introduce yourselves and then tell us what Black resilience means to you and how are you as a Black resilient woman. So whoever wants to start first can.
Sparkle. My name is Sparkle Clark, and I attended ECR El Camino Real back in 1996 and graduated in 1999. And what Black resilience means to me is growth, softness, and adapting to your environment that you may not have been welcomed in or feel not welcomed. And just overcoming that and being strong and standing your ground. That was beautifully stated.
I'm Selena. I LA native, went to ECR for 9th and 10th grade, and I would say Black resilience is, I think when you're going through moments of resilience, it feels like survival, really. So I would say resilience is being in that survival mode, but learning ways in which you can find ways that you can thrive in moments of happiness through those challenging times. Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Shimona Long, and I am a proud member of class of 1998. I'm so happy to be back here and walk in the halls. It feels like home. I served on the choir, on the chorus, and I was a cheerleader here, and I was voted homecoming queen here, and I just have so many great memories here. Since leaving here, I went on to continue my education. I have a master's degree in business, a bachelor's degree in business. I'm a real estate agent, and I own a matchmaking company. I've been married for over 20 years, and I have a 6-year-old son that we're very proud of. And I just want to say that I grew up in a single parent household. I'm the eldest of 4. And throughout all my accomplishments, we own 3 homes, we travel the world. I have a host of friends and family that loves me dearly. No matter, what Black resilience means to me is no matter your beginnings, you determine your endings. So keep pushing for what you want to do. Be yourself, be great, and believe in yourself. Thank you.
Well said. My name is Tiffany Haddish, and I'm from the 1900s. I was a student here back in the 1900s, but if anybody asks you, I am 21 years old. You understand me? And I need y'all all to be tweeting that and telling everybody, did you know Tiffany Haddish is only 21? Lie for me, and I will lie for you. Black resilience to me, though, I don't know if I necessarily believe in Black resilience. I believe in resilience, period. Resilience is all of us. Every single human has to be resilient in some kind of way, shape, or form. None of us came out of our mothers knowing how to walk. You had to fall repeatedly and get back up. And that is what resilience is being willing to fall, make mistakes, see that I made a mistake, and don't do that same thing again. And if you do it again, realize, oh, I made a mistake again, try not to do it again. And keep pushing forward, constantly waking up, knowing that, okay, I woke up today, I got a second chance to be better than I was yesterday. I'm not perfect. I'm sure y'all have heard some things, seen some things about me, and I am far from perfect, but I'm definitely richer than most of y'all, and that's because I'm resilient. Okay, I'm not the smartest. I was never the smartest kid, but boy, I knew how to make good friends. I know how to make friends with smart people. You hear that? Shimona got a master's degree and a BA. She got all the degrees. Why? Because I know how to make smart friends. That's important. Your surrounding, who you surround yourself with is so important to the outcome you're going to have in life. You hang around people that ain't doing nothing with their life, and guess what your life is going to be? Nothing. But while your life is nothing, if you change your association, you can turn it into something. And if you keep looking at people that's always miserable, they're always like, life sucks, life's this, oh, my parents got always negative, guess what your life gonna be? Always negative. And how they talking about their family members and their friends, if they talking about them bad, guess what? They talking about you bad too. So you might want to change who you associating with. And if you are that negative person, maybe you need to get in the mirror and look in your eyes. I have found I was that negative person. And once I started looking at myself and looking in my eyeballs and saying my full name, my full government name, and saying that I love and approve of me, well, dang it, life started getting better. And I stopped being so negative. And negative things stopped happening to me so much. And I noticed every time I'm under attack and bad things are happening in my world, I've been mean to me. So true resilience is having love for yourself and giving grace to yourself and allowing yourself to grow and know that you are loved. Because you are with you. Then the longest relationship you ever gonna have is the one with yourself.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So next, I know Shimona, you touched on it. You did say that you own a matchmaking company. Maybe you guys can just tell us how you came into your prospective careers and what path you took to get there.
So for me, real estate, I've been in real estate over 20 years, and it just kind of fell into my lap. I always wanted to be like a court reporter and or a lawyer. And I did apply to law school, but they rejected me. But I thought, like, when I got rejected, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna end my search for education. So that's why I went on and got my master's degree in business. And I was like, I'll just start my own business. So it just kind of fell into my lap. And when I first sold a property to a first-time homeowner, like that feeling I got of seeing them like so happy to make a purchase for themselves and their family, I just couldn't, I couldn't let that go. It was just like I wanted to do it over and over and over again. And then I got into matchmaking many years later. This is just like, the company is actually just 2 years old, but basically it was just seeing my friends, just like some of my single friends, and just wanting them to have love or a partnership, and wanting them to have like what I have or more than what I have, but just like a partnership and love. And so I got with a friend and we started the company. It's called Through a Friend.
Awesome, thank you. And Selena?
So I have a somewhat of a similar experience as Shimona, is like the career that I'm in and I've been doing for the past like 15 plus years kind of fell into my lap as well. I have a degree in psychology, and I've always been attracted to science in general. Not so much of the math, but I had to get through the math to get through certain parts of science. And the study of human behavior has always been very attractive to me. And years ago, I was actually like a temp receptionist at this biotech firm. And I was like, oh, what is biotech, and what is the world of clinical research? And I started digging a little bit more, reading more, and learned that they have like a clinical operations department, as well as various other functional areas that serves and pushes a clinical trial through. And so now I've been in the biotech industry for the past 15 plus years in clinical research, managing clinical trials. I've been blessed enough to serve on some amazing teams. One medicine being Zytiga, which is for prostate cancer, and the other is Nerlinx, which is for HER2 positive breast cancer. And I love what I do. It's different almost every day. There's always something. Patient safety is one of the things that we put first and foremost.
Thank you, awesome. And Sparkle?
I am an event planner and event designer. I didn't didn't go, like, graduate from high school thinking that I was gonna be an event planner. It just kind of fell into my lap and became my niche, and my sister said, you're really, really good at that. And it went from doing small parties to corporations to foundations, even Tiffany Haddish, she ready foundation doing events for them, huge, big events. I've always been like creative and loving like art class. I love culinary, cooking, and just, you know, being an entrepreneur. And I'm also a project manager for a beauty manufacturing company. So we manufacture finished goods of like lotions, soap, deodorant, skincare, you name it. It's just been like my niche, just being in a creative environment.
Love it. And Miss Tiffany.
I am a lot of things. I own a multitude of companies, but I'm best known for, I believe, my stand-up comedy and my roles in movies. I always knew I wanted to be an entertainer. I found being entertaining to others got me through school. I mean, I could not read very well, barely at all. And if it wasn't for Miss Grieve figuring it out, I don't know if I would have made it out of this thing called high school, but I was professional cheater. I remember cheating on tests in this room. I had some flashbacks just when we walked in. I said, ooh, I remember I cheated off of Sylvia, and that girl was dumb. I failed that test. You gotta keep smart friends. I'm telling you, smart friends will get you through. And I learned a lot about people, and I learned that I really love people at their true nature. There's some people that are mean and evil and nasty and disgusting and horrible, and I don't like them at all. But you don't usually get to find that out until you get to know them a little bit. But so my whole business is based off of people. Being a comedian, my job is to bring joy to a room, and I love it. It's my favorite thing in the whole wide world to do. And I remember being here and getting in the LA Unified School District Gifted Student in a Dramatic Arts program, and getting to go to Cal State LA. And I was only in 10th grade, and I was going to Cal State LA every weekend and getting that education in theatrics. And I even got accepted into NYU because like Coach Fisher and Ms. Grieve kept pushing me to go to college. I didn't think I was smart enough. I didn't think I was good enough. I just went to community college. I got accepted into these schools though, and I just didn't know how I was gonna pay the tuition. My grandma was always saying like, never owe nobody nothing that you can't pay back, and I didn't know, how am I gonna pay back $40,000 a year? Like back then, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money today. But back then, when you know the average person was making like $7 an hour, like how am I gonna make that kind of money? What am I gonna do? I don't wanna be that girl that has to like do things that compromise my morals or my soul. So I just went to El Camino Community College, and I went to Santa Monica Community College. I worked at the airlines, and I kept doing what I love, and I loved making people laugh. So I would do that on stage every night, even though it was only paying me like $10, $25 a show. I would just keep getting up, and then I would make friends, and I would ask people questions just like I did when I was in high school. Like, can you read this to me? How would you do this? How did you get on that show? What did you do? Like, and people, believe it or not, love it when you ask them about what they do, because they can't wait to tell you about what they do and how they got there. Oh, they'll tell you everything if they like you. And I made sure I was likable. And I wasn't no like, please like me, not a pick me, but I'm confident in who I am. I know I'm not the smartest person in the room, and I'm not the dumbest, but I want to know. And they would share information with me, and I would take that information and knowledge, and I would use it to my advantage. And I would get auditions for, somebody said if you want to make it as a comedian and you want to make real money, you got to get on TV, because when people see you on TV, then you'll be able to put, butts in the seats at the comedy club, and then they'll pay you more money. And so I got on That's So Raven, and I got on My Name Is Earl, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and a bunch of TV shows. I ended up on the Carmichael Show, and then I started getting movies here and there, and
the rest is history.
And the rest is pretty much history, yeah. And I started like several companies, and every time I do a movie or a TV show, I buy a piece of property and I house foster youth. Much as I can.
Give it up for it, y'all. So now I'm gonna pass student panel. We have Kaylani and Phoenix. So you guys have a couple questions you want to ask them?
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. It's really nice to meet you guys. I wanted to ask, how did your educational experience here at ECR play a role in your development as resilient Black women?
Anybody?
For me, it was the teachers that really cared. Mrs. Jones, I'll never forget when we were in this program called Young Black Scholars back then. I think it's called the BSU now. But Mrs. Jones had us come to her class during lunch and stuff, and then we had time in there, and we would talk about different things going on in the world. And then I'll never forget that she invited us all to her house. We had a Young Black Scholars pool party, and the fact that she had a swimming pool, I didn't know no Black people that had pools back then, right? So I walk into that place, I'm like, dang, this is nice, you rich, and you got a husband too? That was huge to me, and that opened my mind up to be like, yo, anything, I see this lady every day, and she's living this life, I could live that life too. So just people being examples. That's your bed? Y'all classy! They don't want to upset your spirit. But yeah, and just, we had the best educational program, I think, in all of LA Unified School District back then. I was a part of the speech debate team, and being a mascot, I got to show up to all these different things, and we had the academic decathlon, and I used to go. I didn't know none of the answers, but once I would leave from it, I knew answers. I knew things. So I felt like just being present here, and there was always smart kids around, and I don't even go out with smart people.
Thank you.
So mine is kind of somewhat along those lines in a way. It would just be, what advice do you have for students who need some type of motivation or encouragement that you guys may have found along the way? Do you have any type of words, advice, something to share with people who are kind of just looking for something to keep them going in a way?
Find something that you love to do. I don't care how small it is. For me, I really enjoyed reading. Oftentimes I would be, I had a lot of friends in different groups here, but I would be off in the library just trying to discover new
They don't
worlds.
have that no more.
Yeah, I know.
I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I said, what a book.
Right. But
They
something
open their
as small as
phones.
that, right? Something that is free. Tiffany in her comedy, she always talks about how laughter is medicine. My thing was music, so listening to music, reading, those things were free. So that's what I would highly emphasize is number one, what you said, surround yourself with people that even if it's one person that has your back, find something that you really enjoy doing.
Awesome. So now what I like to do is I want to turn it over to the audience. If anyone in the audience has any questions, we do have a microphone right there. So if whoever, just raise your hand and then I'll call on you and you can come up to the microphone right here. Or Phoenix may pass it to you if anybody has any questions.
Don't be scared. This is your chance. You only get one life, one moment, one chance, one. They know what it is. They know about Eminem. They know about 8 Mile. One. Just walk up to the mic. Or they gonna walk the mic to you. Oh, this is like one of them seminars I've seen online. She raising her hand right there.
How do you manage to find your voice in places where it may not
Okay, so what you saying is, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it, because I don't care about being politically correct. What's it like trying to find your voice when you're the only one that look like you, that sound like you, that move like you, that live like you? Because I used to be, because this school back when I went to, it was only 3% Black. And it's the same right now? Okay, so look, just imagine everybody Black, because they want to be. No shade, no tea, but you want to, I can tell by your hairstyle. Just literally be yourself. It doesn't matter. Don't change who you are, because people are if people associate with you, it's because they like what they see. I would hang out with this one right here. I love your hair. You look like a little munchie-chee. I would be coming up next to you saying, munchie-chee. Girl, what you doing today? I would be talking to you every day. talk to you every single day because you took time to make that look. Like, I would literally be very confident in whatever look you decide to bring. Be that. And if you find that you're the only black person in the room or the only white person, the only Hispanic person in the room, take advantage of that opportunity to represent. Be the best of that. Be the best of you. Don't ever feel uncomfortable because you're the only one in the room. And if there's more than you in the room, be even more comfortable. You are you. Like, you never alone. You never alone. Even when you in a room by yourself, guess what? You're not alone because you got yourself. And you know you got 3-4 voices in there, or maybe that's just me. But you know you got a voice that's like, don't do that. No, let's do it. No, don't do that. You got multiple personalities too. You act different in front of your mama than you do at school. Let's be clear, okay? Be your best self wherever you are, and you never have to worry about being different. If you're different, that's good. I would rather be more different than everybody in the room than be just like them. Because then you're not going to be anything.
What were your biggest struggles finding yourself as a person?
Biggest struggles finding yourself as a person. I would say biggest struggle is wanting to, it's the disease I think we all have, wanting to fit in. Is the biggest struggle, and it's really like this. Do you like you? If you don't like what you are doing, change it. And then you will find yourself. And guess what? As a woman, every few years you evolve and you don't like certain things anymore. You don't want that anymore. I don't know about men. I haven't been a man yet, but I'm sure you guys are the same way. Like after so many years, you're just not into that no more. You will change and evolve all the time. There's somebody that you probably are so in love with right now. Like, he is so fine, he the finest. You won't even remember his name by the time you're 30. You won't remember his last name. Trust me. I've been trying to remember somebody's name the whole time I've been here that I used to follow around. Oh yeah, I just remembered it. I remember. I used to like him. Yes, but he didn't let me back. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. He didn't know. But that doesn't matter. I did buy him candy grapes. It doesn't matter. Look.
All right, one more question.
Does anybody have any more questions?
One more.
If you could have done anything differently in high school, what would you have done?
I would have did my homework more. I would have literally did my homework before I left the campus. I would have did my homework. Cause it feels like, why do I need to do homework? I don't need to do this in real life when I get a job. But guess what? When you get out of here and in real life, you're gonna have more homework than you ever had in school. You're gonna be wishing you was back in school getting that regular school homework. Cause on the job homework, just homework with yourself, with your kids, all this stuff, like I wish I would have did my homework.
Okay, thank you so much. That's all.
Oh, one final question from one of our favorites. Excuse me.
From Mrs. Jones!
It's actually a comment more than a question. It's so nice to see El Camino so diverse and so strong and so respectful of the panel. This panel reflects me and my teaching here from 1978 to 2010. I love teaching here. I love the English, of course, where we could bring in so much diversity. My husband here taught at Taft for 20 years, and then he came over to the best school for the last 15 years, El Camino. Coach Jones over here, tennis. And I'm almost overwhelmed with what I see here. My grandson will be here as a 9th grader. Don't tell him I told you. He'll kill me. But this lady over here, all of the ladies, but this one in particular went from a little poor girl that I first met. What year was that, Tiff?
It was yesterday.
1900s to extremely wealthy girls today. She's modest. She is very, very wealthy. She turns that over though. She pays it forward. She has homes she buys. She's concerned about foster children and their welfare. She gives to many different charities. Her She Ready Foundation that makes sparkle tremendously is every year just to help people from the environment she came from. You talk about giving back. This lady, that's what she does. That's her main job. And we need to give her, we need to thank her, we need to love her. She didn't have that. She didn't have two parents who loved her and took care of her like our two children. And she loves my son, and I love him. And she didn't have that. But look at her. Look at her. She has accomplished far more than her dreams. She's transcended her own dreams. So, resilience, are you kidding me? That's her middle name. I love you all. I can't wait to spend more time with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Believe in yourself, believe in yourself. The best relationship you'll ever have is the one with yourself.